So wait, what's the news with OnlyFans? What's the
So OnlyFans as of October 1st.
Hold on, and this was spawned because you said you were just going to make videos of you jerking it in the chair that you're in right now that you recorded.
Well, his lighting is so good that he might as well make a few extra bucks on the side. But then you brought up a cold hard fact that we weren't aware of.
Yeah, that's how it started, listeners. It started with us talking about this nifty new ring light I got because I realized that I'm too dark to be sitting in this room on camera. But it had, I was jokingly said it had dual purpose to light my OnlyFans of just me jerking off, which clearly is not going to happen now because OnlyFans, I guess today, announced that starting October 1st is going to be no porn, no just straight fucking. So they could be tasteful nudes. You know what I mean? I think that's what they're shooting for.
Mm.
I think I was reading a part of the pod. I didn't read the whole article, I'm not gonna lie, but I read a part of the policy, and it was we're good with nudity as long as it's acceptable nudity, and you're not nude in public in a place that being nude in public is illegal, which I think is everywhere. So yeah, it was just very vague. But at the end of the day, what I understand is that your fucking buddy's wife will no longer make money from blowing him on camera with a luchador mask.
Okay, so what if? This still doesn't explain solo action though, because so you're saying you can be naked, right?
Yeah. So I think you could just self pleasure. I think that's okay. I mean, I don't know.
All I'm saying is okay. So nude, fine. Then if this byline say, "Can I have an erection? It's my body, my choice. I'd like to be erect in this photo." And then what if I just so happen to be rubbing some oils on myself and what happened?
Yeah. I got flaky skin, and this is how I moisturize. Look, by rubbing it in front of the camera. Watch, everyone. This is proper moisturization. Olive oil.
Gotta exfoliate vigorously.
I'm sure there's a loophole. I'm sure you could jerk it and still make money.
Okay,
right. Maybe.
Why did they turn the corner on becoming more R-rated or NC-17 rather than X? Wasn't that the whole appeal?
I mean, I don't think that was the plan for it. No, but then it just kind of happened, and you know how porn just kind of takes over. It's it's like black mold in your home, or cancer, or any one of those things that spreads wildly once embedded. It just porned it up. But I think here's my gut is. It became $1 billion company, so they're probably just going to sell it to Zuck. But Zuck was well, you might want to get all the fucking dicks in vaginas out of there real quick, because Facebook is a fucking family affair. And yeah, that's my hypothesis. Is I don't know, beginning of 2022, you're going to hear, oh, fucking OnlyFans bought by Zuck. Now you can integrate your OnlyFans with your Facebook and add your friends.
It does make me wonder if, maybe there was some sort of altruistic purpose behind OnlyFans. Maybe the guy was Tim Tebow and just had a really good idea. It's well, what if everybody just had their own subscription service where they could chat about whatever they wanted without the, the perils of censorship? And then within a week, it's hey, you mean I could take my boobs out and slap them around a little bit? Throw some peanut butter on my feet and let my dog lick it off? People going to pay me for that?
I think it was supposed to be... I think it might have been for celebrities to get on and connect with fans and share intimate content that maybe they don't not nudes, but just connecting with your fans. Mm-hmm. And then fucking pick a porn star, started one, and then fucking it just turned into porn.
It's hey, it'd be cool right now as we're chatting one-on-one is if you took your shirt off. Yeah, and I'd pay you for it. Really? Yeah. How much?
I think that's how much 100% do you need? What happened.
Yeah.
That's 100% what happened. I don't know, fucking, we'll just pick an old porn star. We'll be today's Jenna Jameson got on there. All right. And then fucking, she was check out my boobs, but you could probably just see these for free on Pornhub. And then fucking some dude was hey, let's see your feet. And she was okay, $20. And she was oh fuck, well now I'm just gonna do everything for a price. Right. And then all the porn stars came.
It makes me wonder if this is actually gonna make OnlyFans creepier than it already is. Because there's one thing to having like normal sex, normal like pornographic images on there, but then when you like start to say, well, you can't do that, like, oh, you mean I can do this? And then you start having like people like letting snakes like suck their nipples or something. It's like because they have to find that new weird creative outlet that nobody else is doing to make their OnlyFans bank account at the end. Man, it's gonna ruin a lot of people's income that they've earned over the last year and a half.
Bummer.
Yeah.
We're going to have sex as ghosts with white cloths over us and 2 holes, but you can't see anything. Look, this is ghost sex.
Fucking next week, a new site's going to be up, and it's going to be like, just fanatics, and it's going to be the exact same fucking platform, and there's just going to be dicks and butts all over the place because it's the internet. It's never going to go away. It's just not going to be called OnlyFans anymore.
I bet they end up starting like an OnlyFans Plus where that's all it is. But then OnlyFans charges a premium service. Like, well, you have to pay us $15 a month plus whatever you're paying the artist. That's that's a money grab right there.
Or would they do it to the artist? Would they be like, hey, you can put your tasteful nudes up for free and people might pay like, $5 or $10 for it. But like, if you want the Bukkake gangbang, you're going to have to pay us $20 to host your Bukkake gangbang, which you could then charge people whatever you want for. Right. And then people will be like, okay, I might do that. Might offset.
Yeah, the juice might be worth a squeeze. Yeah, literally in this case.
Depending on what the subscription fee is probably minimal for like, I don't know. All I know is I see some of these people on Instagram and I'm like, you just show your ass and you buy like expensive homes and cars. So I think you're making out like a bandit. You probably have a subscription fee in the back pocket if you're a top creator.
And I do like that you called these people artists. That's loose-fitting term, but it is what it is. Sure, yeah.
Look, porn today has come a long way.
Okay.
So I feel like there's a little bit of an art to it. There's a little,
so have most of the porn stars.
Listen, yeah, see? Listen, I don't know. Do average Joe Schmoes keep erections for 6 hours and nut on command? Probably not.
Right. We talked about that I think I remember saying a guy jackhammering in a jackhammer position where she is doing like a headstand and he is having sex with her missionary backwards. I'm like, wow, how does he keep a hard on for that long in that position with the lights and everyone around him? That's art.
And see, that was your thought, and my thought was, how does he keep a hard on while his quads burn out?
Right.
In that fucking position, and he doesn't just collapse on the floor because he's a fucking athlete.
Yeah.
By the way, I know we've all woken up in the middle of the night, had to take that leak, had a rager, and we're just like, how am I going to do this? And then your bladder's about to burst. I have learned that if you do some hard deep knee bends with some squat thrusts, it kind of pulls, I think, my theory is anyway, that it pulls all the blood out of that area because your muscles need it in another area. And within about 30 seconds, you start to, the captain stops peeking over the bow at that
Sail
point.
Starts coming down.
Half mast, I've always adhered to the put the hand on the back of the wall. You just kind of go at it.
Just get a heavy lean.
A 45-degree angle type. Yeah, I mean, it's not easy, especially if you got one of those, 3 a.m. fucking ain't going down. That's the as you think about that time, it's like having sex and sometimes it doesn't want to go up. Like, why can't I have one of those 3 a.m. pee boners right now? Why can't I have one of those fucking just raging bitches? I always having my pee at 3 a.m.
I feel like porn stars are like, hey, you just like rub one out before you start the scene. No, you just drink a shit ton of water and then you just hold it.
Yeah.
You can only do one at a time. You can't do both.
I don't think that works. I don't think that's how this works.
It will. I'm sweaty.
So just hold in water.
Just ton of water, and then get it once it's up, and you're doing the sex. Fucking, it has switched. The biological mechanism's like, nope, hold that pee. We're about to jizz. If you can't do both. You can't do both at the same time. You can't pee.
I know, but I feel like the undying erection is like a product of sleeping. I feel like your body, like once it gets there, is like, we got to stay here. Or we're gonna break it. And so I feel like there's like a different thing that happens when you wake up and it's still your body hasn't switched over.
No, because like morning wood by nature is because like the erection switches the mechanism over to draining nuts instead of draining bladder, and so your body that's why your body does it, is it gets erection because it's like, hold that fucking pee in, because if we don't, you're just gonna piss yourself in this bed. I don't know, man. That's how it works. Because
I've been so hurt up to get it out that I've gotten in the shower and just let it go, and it hadn't gone anywhere except for straight up in the air.
No, yes, in the morning, yeah, absolutely. You're like, yes, I just gotta piss. But I'm saying, if you take that strategy and you calculate it towards trying to fuck on camera for 4 hours, I think you could fucking make it work for you. Is all I'm saying.
Or you just gifted.
Yeah,
or just gifted. Yeah,
yeah. You've got
or just Peter North or something. You know?
Right. That's what I was going to get at. That's why they've said, especially back in the day, that's why you saw not the same guys over and over and over again, but you had your kind of rotating cast of 12
5 guys.
Yeah, I'd say probably more like 12, but yeah,
probably like 10.
That had that gift, had, and not only had the gift, but we're like, yeah, I'll get on camera. Yeah, I'll fuck. Because a lot of dudes talk the big game. Christ, we grew up in that era. We're like, I'd love to be, I'd fucking get on camera. I'd fuck the shit out of anything that came back on camera. Yeah, I'd go 4 or 5. And I was like, no, you wouldn't. No, you sure wouldn't, bro. The lighting and all the people around, like, come on, man, what are you doing?
just people around you.
Come on, get it. Let's go. Chop, chop.
Somebody's putting like makeup on you, but your dick's out.
Right.
It's fucking weird, right?
Cut. All right, we're gonna take a 5 to get more tape in that camera. Pete, don't lose that boner. Keep it going. Okay.
And then the girl you're banging just moseys on over to the craft service table and eat fucking houses a club sandwich real quick in between takes.
So how was it? How was it? It was fine. It was fine. We're pros. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. You're not that good. You're not that great. Yeah.
Yeah. This was a fun start to this show.
That's
guys.
right.
I like.
Hey, we were before we hit the record button. We were talking about white people dancing at weddings, which is
a good one too.
Which is good.
No, you were talking about white people dancing alone in their house. That's what Alan was talking about. And how it's dangerous.
That seems dangerous.
Okay. First of all, middle classholes, everyone. Murr, Alan, Foxman, welcome to the show. Our mid-August edition. So yeah. I don't even know what I said. I said something about white people. I was trying to sing a song, and I just kept saying white people dancing. And Alan said that could be dangerous. And that went on to weddings. I have this funny story. I was at a wedding probably 6 or 7 years ago. And the groom and his younger brother, who wasn't the best man, but he was a groomsman, apparently had this. How the hell these two thought this was like a good idea? They had a choreographed dance where the older brother, the groom, picked up the younger brother a la Dirty Dancing style. Okay. I was like, they're like, oh, it's so amazing. And I was, okay. Straight up, no homo. I was like, wait a minute. So these two have practiced this? This brother tandem have come up with this Dirty Dancing choreographed thing, and everyone's like, yeah, I've seen it. It's really good. They're really good at it.
Are they trained dancers or something?
No, I do have to. No, that's probably what made it good, is that it wasn't good. But see, the thing is, Wes, like, if you and I did this, see, we could entertain a crowd.
Sure.
I'm catching the sense that these weren't the two type of personalities that are crowd stoppers with the Dirty Dancing finale.
So, to someone who had not seen it before, I had been prepped about 90 seconds leading up to it, because it was like literally like everyone parted the seas. They played the song. The younger brother got down. I was like, wait, what the fuck's happening? Oh my God. He picks them up like it's in Dirty Dancing. They've done this 100 times. It's actually a lot of fun to watch. I can't believe they're going to do it now. Okay, cool. Younger brother runs up. They probably hadn't done it in a year, and I don't think either one of them had worked out all that much. And younger brother was shit-faced drunk. Got him up in the air, and younger brother got a little too far ahead of himself, and the center of gravity carried him forward, and he went pretty much like 50% face first. Chipped both of his front teeth, bloodied his lip up, and kept partying. Just like got like a bag of ice later in his lip and partied the rest of the night. Kudos for that, but that was some dumb shit.
Well, the one thing I've learned from this story is you're not that good at math, because he went 100% face first if he chipped both his fucking teeth.
Well, I mean, I think like a forearm braced a little bit. It's just like too much. My asshole went full on 100% pucker. no.
Even if the forearm hit the floor, it didn't work.
Yeah.
If you're taking it on the chin, yeah.
It was a collective gasp amongst the crowd of probably 100 people.
What kind of venue?
Westminster. I don't, or somewhere out in that vicinity. I don't remember some firehouse. I don't know.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Right.
This makes a little more sense, I think. No.
Just white people dancing at weddings, man. White people
doing white people stuff. You know, it's like I saw I saw on TikTok. It was this a very Wonder Bread couple. They did a rap, like about instead of like a dance, and it was I gotta find it for you guys.
First dance.
It's just terrible. Yeah. Well, no, I don't know if necessarily in lieu of a first dance. Maybe like I don't know what it was in lieu of. I think they just wedged in a fucking white people rap into their wedding. And it was exactly what you would expect. It was terrible.
Yeah. Did you guys see it was about a month and a half ago, the bride who dislocated her knee during the first dance?
No.
Yeah, we never got to that.
Yeah. So she did. So it's her and the groom during the first dance. She slips on something. The heel gives out. She dislocates her knee. Goes to the ER, gets knee popped back into place, kneecap, gets hopped up on a bunch of drugs, and comes back to make the last call at the reception. Fucking trooper, nice. Man. Fucking trooper. You know.
Well, what else are you going to do? That's the thing is the people that want to go home and like cry and get in a bathtub, fuck them. How many times are you going to get married? Hopefully once. Hopefully. And then how many times are you going to get to go to an open bar hopped up on prescription pills that have willingly been given to you by a medical professional? There's very rare occasions you're going to be able to do that all legally, and no one's going to judge you.
I'm not necessarily judging like the why wouldn't you, because I think if the shoe was on the other foot or the knee was on the other cap, I would do everything in my power to go back. But if the doc is like, listen, take it easy, take the wheelchair out front, get back to the hotel, cancel your honeymoon, and let that knee rest for a little bit. But if the doc or the ER or the physician's like, hey, look, get back there, you know, rock and roll. If you feel up to it, it's your wedding. And she was like, we're fucking going. Pull the car around. I'm not even going to get pushed out in the goddamn wheelchair out the ER and wave to everyone. I'm just going to jump in that bitch and we're going. They came back to a round of applause.
Just give me a fistful of opioids. I'll get back to the open bar, and I will make it through the next day and a half. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Hopefully, we're going to cancel the snorkeling. We're going to cancel the zip lining that we had, scheduled at Panama or Costa Rica.
We're going to skip the salsa dancing classes.
Yeah, we're just going to beach it up, and that'll be that. I don't even know if I guess you could travel, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone get on with a kneecap like that. When they put it back in place, they give you one of those braces that goes from your thigh down to your calf, and you're on crutches for at least a week. Yeah. Yeah,
you're fine. The best way to treat a knee is to bend the knee. That's what I always heard. So just get it moving right away.
So you're saying lots of doggy style sex in the honeymoon.
I think what they do is like they come on and fucking and hijack like somebody in row A's seat that like paid for. There was like specifically like, yep, want to get all that fucking extra leg room, and they come over like, excuse me, sir, we have Tammy. She blew out her fucking knee at her wedding. Would you mind letting her fucking sit here? And this guy's like, fucking bitch, like, god damn it, I'm going to Costa Rica too, like. And then she gets a fucking roomy ride. That's what happens on a plane.
Alan, why is it that the flight attendants in your hypothetical plane sound like Michael Jackson?
I don't know.
Okay,
that's a good question. Was that Michael Jackson-y?
Like, excuse me, listen.
Well, it's very unisex. Okay, it's very woke. It could be either or.
Exactly what I meant to do.
Bring on the sexy stews, man. Yeah, no, I'm going. You're damn.
I just meant that they like when they like stewardesses never talk to you. They always like whisper to you. Like there aren't 700 people within fucking 6 feet of you. Right. You know what I mean?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why isn't there? And maybe this is a business opportunity for us. I'm not saying that we could participate in it, but aren't chicks much more wild than dudes on like bachelorette parties than guys are at bachelor parties? Like that shrieking, like vocal cord scratchy with like fucking champagne. Why isn't there like a quote unquote like hunky airline staff that flies bridal parties to Vegas? Like where dudes are all like Chris Hemsworth, Thor style, like, you know, like as they're doing the this is how you buckle your safety belts. Now, if there's a water landing, don't tear your shirts off.
Can you imagine if like every flight to fucking Australia was Thunder Down Under? Like that's just fucking just Australian beefcake as you fly over to that fucking death trap. Hey, I've said this before. I'm not a gay man, but I might get on that flight for the experience, just to see what it's like, just to see what it'd be like. I'm sure tickets aren't like, you know, astronomically expensive.
Well, no, he's saying this is a business idea.
That's what I'm saying. If this comes up, like if this is a thing,
right?
I just feel
Murray, you're going to lead the sales pitch at Shark Tank,
we're clearly
right?
not doing it. We can't buy planes.
Yeah, but Murray, you're going to lead the sales pitch in Shark Tank, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hunky airlines or hunky flights or something.
That was just the first. I mean, that was more of an adjective of the airline than it was the name of the airline. But like, I feel like women are more likely to seek out this kind of service than men are, because we just want to get there and be in a settled location. Like if you were like, we wanted to find the cheapest flight, the cheapest, most direct flight. I feel like with, you know, Stud Airlines or Thunder, we'll call it Thunder Airlines.
Jumbo Chess Airlines.
No, I have to work on this. But I feel like women would specifically seek out this service, and they would love it so much that we could just keep it in the air, just like circling the runway for hours while they just keep stuffing dollar bills. And then we keep like 10% of the tips. Mm-hmm. And of course, we obviously are booking the flights themselves, so we're keeping 100% of that. And the guys on board are going to make a fucking killing. And they get to go to all sorts of destinations and then probably bang a bridesmaid over the weekend while they wait for the plane to fly them back.
Yeah, I was going to say the ladies keep 100% of the tips. But
yeah,
just the tips.
Feel like that would totally work. That's a thing you could get off the ground. You couldn't do the reverse. You couldn't do like lady strippers in a lady stripper plane, like because it just wouldn't fly. I
wouldn't want to go. I would just be like, guys, seriously, can we just take a real plane? I don't want these haggled bitches fucking just cackling and trying to sex it up the whole time. It's the same reason, like, I like Hooters wings, but I hate going to Hooters. Because, I mean,
also, like,
it's...
Go ahead. No, sorry.
Just because I know what they're doing. They're trying to, like, milk me for tips. And it's just like, just bring me, God.
Yeah.
I know you're wearing a skimpy outfit. Just bring me the food.
I want to fly. I want to get there safely, and then we'll go to the strip club at the destination, wherever the destination may be. I don't need that on the plane. I can sit here and dick around with you all while I drink my mimosa or bloody or beer.
Honestly, if I'm on a plane, I probably have my headphones on and I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah,
like let's just get there and then we can rage and do all the talking there. But yeah, it's just no. I like the hunky guy idea. The reverse isn't going to work, I don't think, as a business plan. Also, could you imagine drinks on airlines are expensive as is? Like, if one of these broads comes and like sits in my lap, like, "Hey, you want to buy me a drink?" Absolutely fucking not. It's like quadruple the price. You're out of your mind. No, 100%.
Hunky Airlines, hunky Chess Airlines. We got to work on the name, but yeah, I dig it.
Hunky Chess Airlines. Jet Buff. Jet Blue.
Jet Rods.
Jet Rods.
Johnny Rod's Jets. All right, so so COVID brought out a few business changes amongst some of the big conglomerates. A lot of it had to do around boozing. Ihop being no different. They're testing an alcoholic menu as it continues to focus on lunch and dinners. So basically, IHOP wants to pair your French toast with mimosas or your IHOB. I don't know what that IHOB was. That something?
Oh, that was the burger.
Oh, the burger with the beer.
I think we talked about that. Yeah.
So the company announced quote Bubbles Wine and Brew menu featuring curated and locally sourced beer, wine options, as well as Bud Light, Blue Moon, Corona, and mimosas and wine from Barefoot, Bubbly Brut, Bubbly Chardonnay, and Cabernet Sauvignon. So IHOP is getting into this. I think it was Taco Bell in Canada, not here in the States, but it looks like this is going to be in the States, Maryland included. I also saw California, New York, Arizona, Texas, amongst a few other states. We posted this on the official Facebook Middle Classholes page. Your thoughts on IHOP expanding?
I mean, is it delivery, you said? Did I hear that? Or is it just in general serving alcohol?
General serving alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, tell you what, I'm a big fan of mimosas. I'm a big fan of Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. So yeah, I'm fucking for it. I'm here for it.
Is there any before Murr? Alan. I'm gonna ask you this before we get to, because Murr, I know you're just like ready to fucking man plane this out of here. Is there any reservation about I won't say family restaurants, but restaurants like that just being alcohol free?
I mean, no, it's. I mean, all right. Who goes to IHOP? Let's start at the beginning. What's the
Old
clientele?
people.
What's the clientele? You know what I mean? Are they really going to be? I mean, you might in like like if there was one in Frostburg, I could see it becoming an issue.
Okay,
you know what I mean. But like your run of the mill IHOP in Glen Burnie, it's going to be fine. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a big deal.
Okay.
And plus, you can always go to fucking Denny's or something, or fucking Bob Evans.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to Denny's later.
Well, here's the thing: is I feel like you nailed it though. Is who is IHOP's clientele right now? It's fucking senior citizens who come in for the senior citizen coffee, the cheapest set of pancakes on the menu, maybe a side of bacon with a cholesterol pill, and they need to get their clientele younger, and this is a good way to do it. Waffle House has always been like Waffle House and alcohol have always been synonymous. Now IHOP's like, oh fuck it, then we'll have the alcohol here. Any high-end restaurant that exists in America sells booze. Like that's probably, I don't know, 25% of their profit margin is upselling you on alcoholic beverages. I don't know what kind of booze goes well with breakfast foods. It just doesn't. I don't know. I can't remember. Bloody Marys are good with breakfast.
Yeah, just mimosas and bloodies.
Mimosas, bloodies. You might get a screwdrivers if they do. You know,
I was gonna say you might. You know, now it's not at IHOP, but you know, maybe if maybe if like you know Cracker Barrel busts into, you might get a Bellini. You know, it's a little highbrow. But yeah, mimosas basically and bloodies.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, Wes. When was it that having like a drink in the middle of the day, in your opinion, like finally went to the wayside? Like it was just unprofessional, not cool, shouldn't do it. Well, I mean, like I can remember when I was working down in South Carolina, we all like once a week we would all go and get lunch, and we'd all have beers at lunch, like all of us, and we're on the clock, middle of the day. We'd all like, and even our boss was like, you guys can't handle a beer? Like, yeah, okay, fine. Challenge accepted. I can handle a beer. I will have a beer with my burger today. So when did it become unacceptable to not be able to do that? I feel like, you know, even if you're on a road trip, you should be able to stop into an IHOP and have a Heineken with your steak and eggs. Why not?
Yeah, I listen, again, with these type of questions or these type of hypothetical situations, I'm really not the good litmus test, because I would say I don't think it ever became uncool. Even during, so when college basketball kicks off its NCAA tournament, which always happens on Thursday at noon, I'm like, yo, we should go somewhere and get some burgers or something like that and watch some basketball, aka let's get 3 or 4 beers in us and then go back to work or not go back to work. So I don't think it ever became uncool. I think it's a sliding scale. I think it's like a case by case basis, dependent upon your employer. Assuming, I don't know how did this turn into IHOP is a traditional work lunch place stop?
I was gonna say the clientele. We just went over it.
Yeah.
No, but if they started serving alcohol, I feel like breakfast in the middle of the day for even a business thing. Everybody wants breakfast all the time. Mm-hmm. I do. If I'm just like not hungry but hungry, you know what I mean? Like I want breakfast for whatever. In fact, I actually had breakfast for dinner tonight. I made some eggs. Oh, some goddamn good eggs. Some eggs, bacon, cut up some apples and bananas, made some pancakes. Fucking delicious.
Yeah. But listen, a lot of the article had to deal with 2020 being tough on businesses like this, while alcohol consumption and production went up. So IHOP's now pandering to the post-COVID or semi-post-COVID, I don't even want to get into that nonsense, climate that we live in right now, and they want to sell alcohol. And then, listen, man, again, I don't know. I'm not, even if and when I have children, I'm going to be like, hey kids, IHOP, let's go, round it up. Wait a minute, there's booze there? Not doing that. Like, I may even be like, all right, Tommy, eat your fucking French toast. Daddy's going to have a low-cal diet, low-cal lunch of
liquid lunch.
French fries and tequila sunrise today.
French fries and Bellinis.
But I kind of disagree with you, because I think IHOP's strategy here is to get folks about our age, younger, I'd say 25 to 45, have them come in, get liquored up, scare off all the old folks who now think it's dangerous, and have them never come back again, and then be like, hey, fuck it, all those old people are out of here. IHOP's the spot, yo. We can come down, we can grab ourselves some I guess some delightfully candied drinks that are filled with vodka.
Hey man, if you to wash that down with some semi-shitty French toast, hell yeah. Lather that shit up. Get some hot cakes in there. Some bacon.
Also, sausage. I think Murr, you said something about ordering a steak. Like, if you order a steak at IHOP, you probably need the alcohol, first of all. And we should just be evaluating life choices at that point, I think.
I said steak and eggs, and I don't expect it to be a high-quality steak. I expect it to be, like, smothered in, like, leftover bacon grease and a few onions that have, they're not actually caramelized. They're actually just wilting from the night before.
Right.
You're just getting, like, an overcooked flank steak, and they just put some onions on it, and they're like, here you go.
And by onions, he means anything that was shaved off the flat grill, pushed to the back.
It's just onions and fucking Worcestershire sauce. That's it. That's right. Just fucking, that's it. That's the only thing. Hey, no matter what, you'd be like, let me get that medium. It comes out well.
That mimosa's fresh, though.
Most of this, we pulled that orange juice straight out of this Tropicana carton. Fucking just for you.
Would you like lightly pulp or no pulp, sir? What would you like? Get it all.
Well, we only got these pulp cartons left, so that's what you get.
Well, we're gonna have to get a little bit of a, I guess, once it comes out, once it hits the spots here in Maryland.
We should probably like go
right,
and fucking maybe do an expose
review. Let them know that we're exercising our First Amendment right as journalists to review what's going on here.
We should get like little wallets with middle Classholes badges. Just be like, excuse me, sir. Yep, just coming in, do a review.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
nothing to see here. And then try to get it comped. See if they'll just throw it to us for free. They won't.
Our friend here, Murr, will have steak and eggs.
Our friend here will have the steak and eggs.
Well done. Well done while you're at it.
Well done. Also, can you bring out extra ketchup?
Yeah. There you have it.
I'll have a steak, Trump style.
Oh shit! So here's another one. This was one that we stashed away from last week. Didn't get to it. So holy LGBTQ Cape Crusaders, Robin, as in Robin from Batman and Robin, dropping big personal news in this latest installment of Batman Urban Legends. He's bisexual. So Tim Drake is the person who plays Robin. I didn't even know that. Did you guys know that Robin? So you have Batman, who is who the hell's Batman?
Come on, wait, no, don't tell him. Don't.
Bruce Wayne.
No, I wasn't going to tell him. I was
Wayne.
going to say, are you serious?
Bruce Wayne. But I didn't know. Did you know Tim Drake was Robin?
No. I mean, I'm kind of a dork, so I knew that. Yeah, that they had moved on, and that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to read all the dialogue between this, but apparently there's a person or a character named Bernard Dowd who they end up getting in a situation together where they're both fighting crime. At the end of it, Robin asks him out on a date. So it turns out that Robin from Batman and Robin is now bisexual. Again, I don't say pandering, but, you know, the Cape Crusaders sidekick enjoys both men and women. Your thoughts on a very touchy subject, I suppose.
Why can't he just be down like with fucking up criminals? Like, why does he have to be? Do there have to be storylines? Like, in all honesty, I don't really care if they end up with like spontaneously having a love interest that's like, you know, not my flavor. Like, I just hate when they've got to like, hey, did you hear Robin's gay? Like, and then I have to like, then I have to read the story like anticipating it. Like, I'm not trying to insult anyone. However, that segment of the population that gives a shit about that is very tiny compared to the rest of the population. So you're talking about like appeasing 5%, maybe 5% of the entire United States population. And that's 5% of those people that give a shit about comic books. And then you run the risk of alienating the other 95%.
Right.
I really don't care if all of a sudden on page 3 of the comic strip, Robin sticks his tongue in some dude's ass. Okay? I don't care.
Well, that's for the OnlyFans page portion of the comic book strip. I guess this really boils down to people of our generation's preconceived notion that all vigilantes or Cape Crusaders or heroes of this are heterosexual. All of them. You get down, you fight crime, you bust people's asses, you get them in the into the FBI or the CIA or the Gotham Police's hands. You go home and you have sex with a woman, or a woman has sex with a man, and then they go to bed and all's well in the world. I guess there's some sort of shock value with again a superhero or a superhero's sidekick liking both men and women.
Yeah, but doesn't it make Batman a little more weird if that's the case? You know, like,
how the fuck does that make Batman weird? Because,
okay, you've got like a 50-some-year-old guy cruising for like young boys and dragging them into his lair.
Wait, what young boy do you know named Bernard?
No, what is it? Tim Drake?
Tim Drake, but the man that he ends up, it doesn't even say he hooked up with him. They left together after something. His name is Bernard Dowd.
I'm talking about Bruce Wayne grooming young boys and dragging them into this lair. I mean, it's literally his job description behind the scenes.
What do you think the age discrepancy is between Bruce Wayne and Tim Dowd? Or Tim Drake, sorry.
I don't know. I think he's supposed to be like younger than 18.
Oh, really? I thought, yeah. Christ,
maybe he's 16.
Is he? I thought, or maybe the who played Robin in the movie with George Clooney.
That was Chris O'Donnell.
Maybe the Chris O'Donnell version of Robin's is skewering me because Chris O'Donnell, while he is boyish and young, good looking, he's in his mid-20s then.
Okay, we should not use a barometer for any Batman movies based on the one where the Batsuit has nipples. George Clooney, Val Kilmer. None of that should ever be a representation of anything Batman.
Val Kilmer Batman should just be burned.
Wait, well, okay, so who? What's his face in the Dark Knight, the Night Returns? Sorry, I just want to stop.
I just want to stop for a second. All the movies that anybody gives two shits about, Alan, Wes has no idea they existed.
Yeah, right?
He can't name the main character. He can't name the star of the film.
So you seen that Bat guy, The Darkest Night? Yeah, that's a good film. I heard it's pretty good.
The Dark Knight Returns, I think it's called. The Dark Knight comes out of hibernating for 2 years in his cabin, and then the younger guy, he's got that hyphenated last name. He becomes Robin. He's not a 16 in that. He works for the Gotham PD.
Oh, you're talking about JGL. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, one of my favorite actors.
Okay,
yeah, great.
Are you talking about the Michael Keaton, like the original Batman that came out in 1989?
There's no Robin in that.
No, there's not, because that was it was based on the Dark Knight, who does not have a sidekick. It's just him.
Okay, but
it's just him.
Okay, so at the end of... Okay, is it The Dark Knight Rises?
God damn you.
At the end of that, Joseph Gordon-Levitt discovers the Bat Chamber, and that leads up to him becoming Robin.
The Bat Chamber. Not the Bat Cave that's been around for 100 years.
Oh my god. It's so funny.
Yes.
You're so close. It's like you're trying.
Yes, because the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy was a trilogy that was not based in comic book relevance. It was based in real world relevance. If these characters could transcend the pages of comic books and real life humans that existed in a parallel world.
All right. Okay.
Sorry, I can't get over the Bat Chamber.
Bat Chamber in The Dark Knight Rises.
What is Superman's base called? Do you know, Wes?
The Super Cave.
Okay. Well, at least I thought you were gonna be like, I don't know, it's like the Castle of Loneliness or something. I'd be like, you son of a bitch, you're fucking making it up now.
Yeah,
It's the Fortress of Solitude, by the way.
I'm really well versed in these, by the way. But so Tim Drake goes home with Bernard. Alan, your thoughts on possible, or not even possible, but the bisexuality within the DC comic book universe?
Well, I don't care about the actual bisexuality, but I'm a little with Murr because like this one just feels a little forced.
Okay,
like some of them feel forced. You know what I mean? There's plenty. A lot of characters in comic books of all walks, Marvel, DC, that are gay or lesbian or you know, any of those things. So, I mean, this isn't like a new thing. It's just that it's a popular character, and I think they wanted to make a well-known character relatable, which, whatever, that's cool, I guess, but it feels forced.
So, okay. I don't even know if you would call this playing devil's advocate. Perhaps just throwing a wrench into the heterosexual minds of our little realm here. So what if Wonder Woman came out as bisexual? Would you be like,
yeah, get it.
My reaction stays the same. I'd be like, seems forced, but whatever.
Okay.
Seems like that lasso of truth is used for a lot more than just truth.
That's right. Right.
But no, I mean, yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's a lot like in real life on this podcast. I don't give a fuck who you diddle or how you diddle them. Right. Yeah, and like I said, this one just feels like they were like, hey guys, should we make Robin like a dude just, you know, for the climate? And somebody was like, yeah, we should probably, just go fucking do it.
I mean,
that was like the marketing meeting, and that was it. So
it actually makes less sense that Wonder Woman is straight because, like, I don't know if she was specifically from the Isle of Lesbos, but she grows up with all these like Amazonian sweaty, hot Amazonian warriors, and the first thing she wants to do is like ride the baloney pony. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like she wouldn't even know. Like they're afraid of men. Why isn't she banging?
Or
I don't know, unless
she tried to like scissor a dude, and he'd be like, "What? This is not how this works." You know?
No, I think he'd be more like, "All right, I'll try it. I don't care."
Yeah, fuck it, let's give it a whirl.
Oh, Gal Gadot, you want to scissor me? Sure, we can. Sure, you bet. We do that in the bat layer.
My man said Gal Gadot too. He fucking left the T on there like a Philistine. She's foreign, man. Come on,
Gal Gadot. We love you, girl.
Like a warm, creamy chutney. Get ready for another spoonful of the middle class holes.
Secret. Epstein's alive. Pizzagate. The earth is flat. Hollow. Space is fake. You're part of the cabal. Man.
The Q Report.
That's right, gang. We back with another installment of the Q Report. The Q Report. This time, guys, you know, we're the Q Report is kind of spinning. It's kind of evolving, I would like to say, guys, into just conspiracies in general, not just
No.
presidential
Hugh,
conspiracies.
Hugh is he has finally entered the zeitgeist. Okay, he's not just behind the scenes of all the governmental interagencies. He's got his ear to the sidewalk.
Yep.
He knows what's happening in mom and pop towns across America.
It's not just government cabal lizards. It's fucking corporate espionage, fucking, just straight up falsification of personas, which brings us to our mainline story, guys. And I shot off a message to you guys. I don't know if you got to look deeper into it, but there are two new restaurants. If you're if you're a Grubhub or a DoorDash or an Uber Eats fan that you might have seen while perusing the menus. What do I want? What do I want today? What do I want? Some pizza? Maybe some wings? Well, shit, Pasquale Pizza and Wings seems to fit the bill. Yeah, until you look at the address. If you look at the address of your local Pasquale's Pizza and Wings, you might find that it's a Chuck E. Cheese location. That's right, guys. And not only that, I know we touched on Denny's in the IHOP bit. America's second favorite breakfast. It's a moons over my hammy over at Denny's. Well, Denny's did the same goddamn thing. So if you get on your Grubhub or your DoorDash and you see the Den, just all capitalized too. Fucking hucking burgers, some kind of paninis. It looks like grilled paninis. I mean, they look kind of tasty, but it's Denny's. They're not going to be good. But yeah, and like, guys, let me share. Do I have share capabilities?
All right, I'll get it to you in 2 seconds. Kind of give them a rundown. Whatever you actually go for it in 3.
Yeah.
2.
So Pasquale's doesn't have a site. But like if you hop on your Uber Eats, you'll find it, and it's there, and they're hucking pizzas. They look like Chuck E. Cheese pizzas in the pictures, unmistakable. But fuck, Denny's went hard. Denny's hired a marketing company. Denny's hired a web developer.
Wow.
To provide you with this, guys, hand smashed burgers.
Hold on, do me a favor. Scroll back up.
Sure.
Scroll back up. The Den in fine print by Denny's. If I didn't have a keen eye for looking for that, or if you hadn't announced, if you hadn't announced it was Denny's, I see Denny's.com there. It's just, I think I would have seen that panini right there at Slam Melt. Damn. Ooh.
Dude,
exactly. You'd have been like, man, I will definitely order from here. That looks delicious. Look at the moon's over my hammy burger. See? They fucking.
What are they?
They didn't even try to fucking dupe us. They were like, here, check it out, it's Denny's.
Is the Den stealing from Denny's? God, this is so crazy.
They're like, I wonder if they got that trademark from Denny's. That's weird. So guys, what is your take on this? How do you feel about restaurants, especially not good ones, portraying themselves as high class restaurants in this COVID world?
Okay, now I gotta push back a little bit here. Like, okay, is Denny's really trying to like hide anything here? Because like, okay, it's called the Den. They've got a bride and groom deer,
some kind of deer art,
dressed like 1960s Playboy folk out on the town,
like Mad Men stuff.
Yeah, I actually like this. This is great advertising. This is great marketing.
Okay.
So is the point of contention that the Den misrepresented themselves and didn't specifically say that they were Denny's and they're just simply selling Denny's food at a premium price for your Uber Eats driver to bring to you?
Yeah, I think that I don't like that they dressed it up that way. You know what I mean? Like,
why can't Denny's just deliver the food? What I mean is would people not look for Denny's under Grubhub or Uber Eats? Therefore, they had to take on a different persona in order to pander to that crowd. Is that the thought?
So Denny's, from what I understand and doing my digging, is that Denny's was kind of like, all right, nobody's gonna fucking order Denny's. Let's be real. But if we make it the Den and we make it kind of hip and we fucking jazz up this website, then 100% sure. We'll definitely get some bites. And so, I mean, I guarantee you, like you said, Wes, you would have ordered that smash burger or whatever the fuck is at the top of this thing if you had not known it was Denny's.
Yeah. One of those
with the Slam Melt.
With with one of those milkshakes that they had at the bottom too.
Exactly. And then it would have came in a Denny's bag and you'd be like, God damn it. And not to mention, you guys have, I know Wes, I'm sure you have Uber Eats something Murr, have you door dashed or Grubhubbed anything?
No, I don't live in an area where
Good.
that's a possibility.
I didn't think so. But they charge you an astronomical fee to fucking go pick up your food and bring it to you. So I think that's the bigger. Like if I order this slam mount in a smoothie or a milkshake, and then the Den by Denny's is like, hey, we'll get it to you in about an hour and a half. It'll be dead in the box. And we are going to charge you like $32 for it. How's that sound?
Now,
I would lose my fucking mind.
I don't have a problem with Denny's pulling out the Den to try to upsell their, menu. Because you're right. Because everybody that thinks of Denny's thinks of like a trucker stop where there's probably a cigarette butt put out in a pancake somewhere in the back room. But with the other one you're talking about, was it Pasquale's Pizza or whatever?
Yeah.
Now,
so they don't even they don't even do nothing. The only time you see Pasquale's is when you're ordering.
Yeah, and the fact that it's a Chuck E. Cheese pizza, which is probably coming directly from a Chuck E. Cheese, now that's the biggest atrocity. That's the conspiracy right there. That tells me that somebody like George Soros has got his grubby fingers involved in Grubhub. That means that I'm getting a pizza that's being put together by some community college dropout with a fucking, I don't know, a fucking tattoo on their forearm of like Bono's face. Like that's an atrocity that should be investigated at the highest level.
Yeah, I guess I would have to lay eyes on the was it Pasquale's pizza joint. At least the Denny's. If again, I'm assuming. Here's the thing. I'm looking at that through right now semi sober eyes. If I'm looking at that when I really would order some Grubhub or something like that at that hour, it would be through drunk eyes. I may not have seen the Den in fine print by Denny's or something by Denny's up there. I may have been like moons over my hammy, or there was even the Grand Slam there, and then I would have put two and two together. Now you give me Pasquale's Pizza, and then you say there's no trademark, no tags, no branding, nothing that signifies it as Chuck E. Cheese's, other than the fact that thrown on some semi-Italian name at the end of it.
Yeah,
is it even like what is Chuck E. Cheese? Is he a fox? Is he a rabbit?
Charles E. Cheese is a mouse.
A mouse.
Is
yeah.
he? Yes. Is he? Or is he a dirty fucking rat?
He could be a rat.
Dirty fucking rat. And you know what? Underneath that rat suit, I guarantee is the fucking face of Nancy Pelosi and her fucking crew of fucking vagabonds.
I think that's probably more filled with what you were describing earlier as someone who made the pizza, the community college dropout. It's not necessarily the pizza maker, but he's more so the Chuck E. Cheese walker.
I heard that Grubhub is owned by fucking Rupert Murdoch, so this makes total sense. It's total sense. But no, here, look, I'll show you. So,
okay.
Share. Here. So, like, this is all you'll ever see of Pasquale's. There is no website. It's just Pasquale's Pizza and Wings.
See, that looks like a mom and pop's.
A little snippet, clip art pizza, a red dot, boom.
Here's the thing with this. Okay. This is stock images of pizza that can be used across any other Grubhub, Uber Eats, and whatever. You know, these aren't made at Chuck E. Cheese. So that's wild. Wow, that's damn.
Yeah. So it's the Chuck E. Cheese one really gets me because, like, okay, Denny's, you're right. If I'm drunk, I've definitely made a couple rides on down to LaVale to the Denny's in Frost, in Cumberland or LaVale, I guess is where the fuck it actually is. But the marketing, I guess, I could stomach you fucking sending me a moons over my hammy with a fucking half-pound Cisco burger smashed underneath of it. Totally can make that work after a couple drinks. If I get a motherfucking Chuck E. Cheese pizza at midnight when I'm smashed, I'm going to be furious. And I know a Chuck E. Cheese pizza, goddammit. Everybody does.
Right.
You take a bite of a Chuck E. Cheese pizza, and you know that sweet, sweet blend of cardboard and fucking Don Pepino. Okay? Fucking, I would fucking lose my mind.
How'd you get the crust to burn on the bottom of you, doughy at the top?
Oh, it's paper.
That's an interesting technique. Didn't know you could do that.
I'm actually glad you introduced me to the Den, and this is why I feel like Denny's maybe needs to go through a full rebranding. Denny's food would be good if they would stop hiring guys that are on work release to fucking like follow pictures in the back room of just like a fucking fry kitchen. Like if they actually made the food to order, okay, just take the simple ingredients that consist of a Denny's menu, but now do them properly with some training as like a sous chef that's trying to move on to like a 1-star Michelin restaurant. And Denny's would be fucking excellent.
You got a point. Like if Denny's rebranded as the Den entirely and took the IHOP fucking route of like serving booze,
yeah,
I might go to the Den.
No, and no truck stop has, or no trucker rather, at a truck stop. If I say that because Perryville does have a Denny's near a truck stop.
Of course.
Thank you. But okay, so no trucker has like Denny's brand. What do you call it? Like allegiance, you know? They have like a line. It's like, oh, Denny's only. It's only. No, they just have
Denny's membership card.
It's just out of convenience. So you're not going to lose like something like quote unquote the Denny loyalists.
I was like, yeah, what is a Denny's loyalist exactly?
I don't know, like Sunday morning church crowds. Like we're gonna go in there, we're gonna get the family in the back booth.
That's
and
true. You do kind of got like squads. You know what I mean? Like if you go out on a Sunday, you know, like certain people go into the IHOP, certain people go into the Denny's.
You get well, I'd say World War II vet at this point, probably like a Vietnam vet who sits. People who sit at the actual the bar. It's not even a bar. Who drink probably 4 gallons of coffee and have like some toast, some eggs, some bacon, and they go on about their day as if they didn't drink 30,000 ounces of fucking octane.
The only thing I will say a Denny's has over other restaurants is like if I'm on a highway and I'm driving, I've been driving for like 4 or 5 hours, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm hungry. I want to get something to eat. I want to sit down for a few minutes. And I see the classic like Hardee's, Arby's, McDonald's, Wendy's, Denny's. I'm like, okay, I'll go to Denny's. Like, because it's a sit-down restaurant.
Right.
The problem occurs when you get to the booth and then the chick that's looking at you has less teeth than she has years graduated through any kind of elementary school system. And then the bacon's like paper thin and the coffee's weak. Like if it was just, if you could just up that, just a pinch. You don't have to upsell it too much more. Just a little bit. Get a waitress with some dentures. Get some coffee.
And you're always hon or sweetheart or both.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I went to a Denny's that was so bad. I sat there waiting for my coffee. She's like, "You want a refill on that, hun?" I was like, yeah, you can fill her back up. She never came back. I literally got out of my seat, walked behind the counter, grabbed the pot of coffee, walked it over to the table, filled my own cup up, walked it back, set it down before somebody's like, "Oh, I was going to get that." No, yeah. And I just sat back down. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I always feel like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like every Denny's waitress I've ever had was like a 40 to 60-year-old white lady who could both kill me or rape me, depending on the circumstances. Like, they always just seem like a very suspect individual. And I always kind of wonder how they got to slinging eggs and ham at a Denny's, but you never want to ask that question.
You're talking about the server acts as both? The Denny's you've gone to are server slash chef?
No. I just mean like how do you get to a point where you're Denny's serving? Like we've served places, me and you, Wes. Like,
yeah. Listen, I don't want to hypothesize about the crazy fucking the crazy maze that a Denny's server has gone through in order to land that.
Do they even interview? You think?
No, the interview process is
words.
The interview process is very swift. When can you start? Tomorrow. You're hired.
Cool. Come on in.
Do you have a pulse? Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're here. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Can you start today? I tell you, we were at a Denny's. Well, I think I was a senior in high school. I was two of my buddies. I don't want to name the names of the culprits, but anyway, the server, one is which you described, Alan. She was probably 45, 50 years old, and she comes in and goes, "Wait a minute, oh, how old are you guys?" I was like, "Wait, what the fuck is this? Like, no, there were some people who look like they're your age who just dined and dashed on us. They're like, oh, really? What are their names? And they said the names, and they happened to be two really good friends of ours. And our faces kind of told it all. I'm like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, there's a state trooper outside. He's going to come in and ask you guys who they are. I'm like, no. And mind you,
I'm leaving.
No, and I think we just mustered up. We went to high school with them. Like, what high school do you guys go to? Shit. We go to Perryville.
The other one.
We did, yeah, definitely not Perryville High School. They didn't catch him, but I remember we caught up with those two clowns later on. Like, what the fuck were you doing? What the fuck? Well, man, we got some Grand Slam breakfasts and coffee 1 in the morning. Then we get the fuck out of there. We don't want to pay for that shit. What's the matter with you?
I dined and dashed one time.
God, yeah.
It was in Ocean City, and it was like, I don't know, it was probably like 2 or 3 in the morning. It was at a Denny's. And here's the thing. One, service was pure shit. It took forever to get a table. We sat down, we ordered our meal, and we happened to order, we were just trying to save them the hassle. So we all ordered the same thing. Our sausage links were literally cut in half. So like if I was sitting next to you, my other half of my sausage link was on your plate. Our eggs were literally cut in half down the middle. Like they were so busy they couldn't keep up, so they just literally cut our meals in half and gave them each other's plates. And I was like, fuck this. I'm not paying for half a meal. So I just was like, just go. I was like, Lyle, you go start the car. I'm going to pretend to go to the bathroom, and we're just going to walk out of this fucking place. That's exactly what we did.
That's fair. That's not that. Yeah. Like I would say that that's not you just trying to save a buck. That's you being disgruntled. I understand that.
Yeah, we did it once. Also, kind of similar story. We were disgruntled. Ours was at the waterfront kitchen in Fells Point. But we didn't order like a tremendous amount. We had a couple of drinks. This was pre-marriage. This is how you know. Wow. This is how you know it was love.
That's how you know you marry that one,
right?
Because and then I think we had asked for the check, and they didn't come back with it, and I was like, you know what? They have been terrible. Fuck this. And then one of us went to the bathroom, and one of us waited exactly a minute, and then just got up and walked out, and then the other one came out of the bathroom and walked out, and it was just gone.
That got your heart racing a little bit, didn't you?
A little bit, you never know. Waiting for the guy to be like, "Hey, what are you doing? Go smoke a cigarette. I'll never see you again, bitch."
I knew two guys that got caught dining and dashing at McGregor's and Havre de Grace. Got caught and had to do hard time. By hard time, I mean dishwashing. For a
nice.
Couple,
I would be like, "Fuck you! Here's $50. Get the fuck out of my face."
I think they were like, "No, they didn't have any money on them." They're like, "All right, we're going to call the cops." And I don't recall if there was a contract signed. Basically, it was like, if you don't show up on these days, we're paying you minimum wage. You wash dishes on these nights during these hours to make up for what. And these guys didn't get fucking cheeseburgers. They got fucking crab cakes and some steak. Yeah, and you can't. And no, they I think they washed dishes 3 Friday nights in a row for free $99.
Nice.
No fucking way.
That's good for them.
I've washed dishes. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And I respect the business for that. That's awesome. Yeah. I'd love to be in a situation. I don't know. There's this I don't know, vagabond hobo fantasy of mine where I'm like, well, I ain't got no money. There ain't work I can do for you to earn a meal. Well, you can wash dishes till the end of the shift. All right. I don't know why. It just seems it feels like a good story.
It's not. Have you ever washed dishes?
Yes.
In an industrial kitchen?
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
That's what you don't even scrub anymore. You just put everything on the pallet and spray it.
I know you do. Yeah, you do.
Thing.
And you got that fucking the high pressure jam.
Just let all the food run down.
Alan, I had to work at a nursing home kitchen.
Ooh.
It was pretty big. It was a 3-floor, I think 15 quote unquote apartments or hospice beds, if you will, per floor. And you got orders every day, and then it told you what they wanted, and then it told you how soft it needed to be. And some of them were spaghetti and meatballs, puree, and then you had to blend it into a pudding mush. Yeah.
Spaghetti and meatballs, puree.
No, I worked at a country club, and it did weddings and things. So like, yeah, we could. I definitely ran through like I would work a double shift and I'd run through like 200-300 person weddings with appetizers and fucking passed around hors d'oeuvres and fucking salads and entrees. Yeah, that shit sucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a good time. One of our fraternity brothers worked there with me.
I did it. I did it at the Rendezvous for a handful of years. Murr's familiar. You guys are all familiar with that place.
Yes.
That was not only did you, if you wash dishes, you also had to help out the steamer, the Cleveland steamer, do like crabs and shrimp, corn, clams, mussels. But it didn't matter what you did, you inevitably walked out of that place stinking of fucking Old Bay. Or not even Old Bay, what they deemed seafood seasoning, which was their own home mix of Old Bay. And Christ, man, you'd try to go home, you'd try to get the teeny tiny scrub brush during the shower and get into your fingernails, and then you go out to a party on a Saturday night and you try to spit some game, and somebody be like, yo, why you smell like Old Bay? God, I was picking some crabs earlier, Ballin'.
At work.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's rough. But yeah, man, these Chuck E. Cheese and Denny's, the Den, fucking Chuck E. Cheese they're really fucking with us.
Okay, so they're offered on what? Do they give you the
Oh, you could like any of those like phone ordering, yeah. Like I was looking at Grubhub, I think, when I looked at that Pasquale's. So but any of them, because they list on all of them. So yeah, keep your eyes out, gang. You never know, when fucking Wagon Wheel by Cracker Barrel might be hitting your fucking or Uber Eats. You can get yourself a fucking awful sausage gravy and biscuits for the low price of $40 delivered to your front door.
You're kidding. I think we all agreed though that the Chuck E. Cheese would be worse. Like, Pasquale's? Look at that. That's amazing. Sausage and onion? Hook it up. Ugh.
Like celery is a menu item. Yeah. Just celery. Like fried celery, you know what you get with wings. Like, come on, Chuck E. Cheese, do better.
Yeah, every time I walk into Chuck E. Cheese, they're like, "Are you going to be playing games and dining?" Just games, thank you.
There's an excellent Workaholics where they can only go to a Chuck E. Cheese at 11 a.m. because it's the only place that'll serve beer that early.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Murr, I think you know what time it is, brother.
That's right, my friends. It's officially time to give you an education. It's time for your Fun Fact Friday. 5 fun facts for you fuckers. Being brought to you, of course, by the Shin Splints Recovery Group. I do have an ailment that is below my knee and above my ankle. I actually got stung by a ground wasp while at work the other day, but right on the shin bone. And on day 1, no swelling. Day 2, lots of swelling. Day 3, lots of itching. Now, I don't know how this is going to impact my life moving forward, but I do think that the best place to ask this kind of advice would be the Shin Splints Recovery Group, and you can find them on Facebook under the Shin Splints Recovery Group. Let's get to it. Your Fun Fact Friday. Did you know the physical act of walking through a doorway is the reason why you sometimes walk into a room and completely forget what you were doing? Going through a doorway signifies the beginning or end of something, so it creates a, quote, event boundary within your mind. Every time you pass through a doorway, your brain is filing away the thoughts you had in your previous location to make room for a new group of memories in the next location.
I don't know. I feel like that's an excuse for ADD people to be like, I don't know what I was doing. Walked in another door. Look at me. I'm Joey Dummy. I'm Joey Forgetful.
Listen, we've railed on science and believing it or not for quite some time, Wesley. So, right. I mean, if you want to fall into the category of anti-vax or anti-masker, then you be my guest.
Right. Anti-vax, anti-masker, anti-doorway. All right?
That's right. Let's try trifecta.
Yeah, that's right.
Never walking through doorways ever again.
What about crawling through them or walking backwards? Huh? How can I avoid this mental dilemma?
I think you got to go through windows now.
Wasn't there an old 3 and Out about like walking through doors, crawling through windows, or there had to have been something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. I walked through a doorway and I forgot what you were talking about. But so God, I would be curious as to who did this study and figure, how many samples of this was done. 5,000 people through thousands of doorways. And what were you thinking about? What were you doing? Tell me what you were thinking and what were you feeling when you were thinking it.
Well, I mean, we've all experienced this, right? What the fuck am I doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why did I come in here? What am I getting? I mean, so it's obviously a phenomenon because it's experienced universally over a global populace.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, the sudden change in scenery, because especially in America, I'm not going to speak for other countries, but especially in America, like we design or decorate our rooms differently based on what they are. So yeah, in a way, there is a sudden shock when you walk into a different area. So it's like, like your brain's overloaded all of a sudden. Like you're maybe even just the thought of like, I was in the living room, now I'm in the dining room. Why am I in the dining room? To find my car keys? Like, and then you don't remember why.
It's amazing that this never happened to a pro wrestler who came through the carpet. Music hits. You open up. Wait a minute. Am I still? I'm still.
Am I here to kick ass and take names?
Yeah. Oh, I'm The Rock. Shit, I'm not Dwayne Johnson. Do this.
Oh no, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense, actually.
I would say that there's some times, especially after a bathroom break, use the bathroom, wash your hands, get out of the bathroom, and I'm not saying you're like lost, but it's almost kind of like, got to regroup here. Okay. And maybe that's at the bar when I'm charged up on 9 or 10 drinks.
Yeah, what? I was like, is it just specifically the bathroom?
No, but the doorway, the getting out of the bathroom, the new door. Like when you say a doorway,
only bathroom doorways?
You guys, it's only funny when it's about me.
Oh no. But to be serious, yes. That makes perfect sense because of how memory formation happens, and then also it's a lot of fucking outer sensory fucking stimulation. So it's not just like you seeing something, or you smelling. So it's everything. So once you move rooms, you've taken in a whole new set of stimuli for your body to be like, oh, what am I doing again?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think the same? Go ahead, Mur.
No, I was just going to say, because normally you're in that room for a whole different specified reason than probably why you were just walking in to grab something. Like if you left, I don't know, oh yeah, I need that. I need a wrench. And then you walk downstairs. You're like, what the fuck am I walking down here for? Because normally you walk downstairs to I don't know, put clothes in the dryer. You walk down there for another specific reason, not the reason that you had the inclination to walk in there in the first place. I'm curious as to how surprise birthday parties work on this. You walk into a new place, you forget where you were, lights go on, 40 people, surprise! Hey! Oh shit, is it my birthday? Oh, it is, all right.
This guy.
Come on, I'm thinking about all the possibilities.
I was going to say, probably the best example is going to your refrigerator. You'd be like, oh fuck, what's it gonna do? Oh, there's a fucking Fresca there. I'll drink one of those. So yeah, I know that happens to me all the time. I'm like, I'm gonna go get something out of the fridge. I'm gonna go get a snack, and then I open it up and I'm like, what was I doing?
Or it's the when you don't have anything in the fridge and you check multiple times.
You keep checking.
You're just like, maybe.
You're hungry, but you're like, man, I don't feel like making any of that.
Right.
But you keep going to look at it.
And who is Zool, by the way?
Nice.
That's a Ghost Fighters joke.
The Ghost Fighters Unite Part 2. I've seen that movie.
Did you know there are things you can't see even when you're looking right at them? Quote unquote, change blindness makes you unaware of major changes that are happening right in front of you. It's why magicians are able to trick you with misdirection and why people spend hours staring at, quote, spot the difference pictures.
Well, you've done one of these in the past. I don't know if it was Fun Fact Friday or 3 and Out about something similar to this, where maybe it was sound where you can't hear the distinction in vibrations. I think the same applies for sight. We can only see in front of us because our two eyes are working in conjunction with one another. But you have blind spots. You have areas where, and I didn't realize that magicians take advantage of this. I thought it was all like, the hand over here. Look at this one while everything's going on over here. But I didn't realize they were taking advantage of. I did not know that they knew that about your vision. Those bastards. God, they're good.
Yeah. The sons of bitches making millions of dollars off of fooling you right in front of your face. How did they figure this out?
I thought David Blaine was a legitimate fucking witch doctor. I didn't know he knew about what
that guy's a fucking alien.
Yeah.
He's different.
It's totally different.
He might be a witch doctor. The problem with David Blaine is some stuff he does is real, and some stuff he does is illusion.
Sure. Right.
I used to like the David Blaine street magic.
Yeah.
He's just blow people's minds.
Right.
Levitating and shit.
All right, pick a card. All right. Jack of Hearts, watch this. I just farted out the Jack of Hearts. What do you think of that?
I just farted it into your mouth. Go ahead, pull it out.
Look at that. I'm a magician.
Jack of Hearts.
But I think this kind of comes down to like your eye, as long as they don't like make any like extreme motions that create like movement, your eyes are cool with just being fixated on what they're fixated on. Like your brain doesn't register until something moves. So if they're really good at like, okay, again, like, like the snap trick, like if you've got two cards and they're back to back and they're just all of a sudden like that, but the edges of the card don't move, all of a sudden just the coloring and the number changes, like your eyes are like, how'd you do that? Because it just didn't register, because your eyes are looking for movement. We're like T-Rexes underneath all this fucking gray matter.
Yeah, I wonder if ophthalmologists.
Those are specialists.
Wait,
of the eyes.
Optometrists.
Yeah. Optometrists. I wonder if they understand that. I wonder if they could break that down into a, I don't know. I mean, experts don't know anything anymore if they're a doctor or not. It doesn't matter. If you have the internet, you can think about anything you want.
That's true.
So
if you go to glaucoma, if you get glaucoma, don't go to an ophthalmologist, because they definitely don't specialize in that.
No. No. Nothing.
Just write it out. See if there's going to be more research about glaucoma before you dive on into getting it treated. That's what you should do.
My grandfather was an eye doctor, and I had and I had the I guess the liberty of being able to have my eyes checked once a year. But I didn't.
I think you're supposed to do that, but okay.
Well, when I was a kid. I mean, I had 2015 when I was a kid. I will say one of the fascinating things about this is one of the most fascinating things from a personal level about eyes that I ever heard about. My father, when he was a kid, got a thorn bush, or a thorn from a thorn bush thrown in his eye. So a guy who was in front of him was running through a path, pushed it out of the way. The arm from this then swung back and hit him in the eye. Yeah. And then about 38 to 9, maybe 40 years later, my grandfather, his father-in-law did, I don't even know if it's a CAT scan. I'm not exactly sure what an X-ray of your eye for layman's terms. I don't know what there's a name for it. I don't know what it is. And he was still able to see the damage 40 years later. He's like, yeah, oh man, you got fucked up really good. He's like, but look, and he was showing him how it healed and all that shit. So, man, eyes are delicate, bro.
Yes, they are.
And now, is it true or not true that they are able to make blind people see now? Are they developing ways to for the brain?
I don't think they're there yet.
Okay.
I think they're trying.
Right.
And I think there's a little bit of like fucking Elon Musk nanotechnology involved. But yeah,
because I know
tough, man.
I know deaf people. They're developing.
We can make you hear.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Right. That'll be wild, man. Those on a sentimental.
That's fucking crazy.
On a sentimental note, when I see videos of people who are deaf being able to hear for the first time and they cry, I can't help but like, oh my god, That's. I think get a little teared up. I'm kind of curious.
Wait till like 2035 and you start seeing people see. They're just like,
Yeah, right.
No, yeah, well,
I want a divorce. I'm done.
On the same note, when those fucking people get those like colorblind people get those glasses that let them see color. Like, I'm such a pussy. I'm like, they get to see red.
That's right.
It's always like some guy who loves meticulously mowing his grass, but it's just one gray blob, and then he sees it for the first time and starts bawling.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You know,
I feel you. That's sentimental.
On the other side of that, one of my dad's best friends, Murray, you've met him. You met him, Everett, was colorblind and used to rely on his friends to help him match socks. And they used to make his socks not match for formal events.
Absolutely. What are you, nuts?
That's the wrong guy to rely on friends.
Hey, Foxy, you think you can match some socks for me?
Sure.
You bet, bro.
Did you know there's a biological reason why we can't resist puppy dog eyes? Sustained eye contact significantly raises oxytocin levels in both humans and dogs, which encourages love, trust, and bonding. This response isn't found in even hand-raised wolves, which suggests humans and dogs may have co-evolved to share this trait in order to be companions.
So is it just from canines or dogs? Because I know about 2 weeks ago I was in Las Vegas with my cousin's family, and he has 2 5-year-old twins who were giving me puppy dog eyes in order to get me to pull them like a bobsled across the hardwood floor with the blanket. And it was great. I loved it. They loved it. But at a certain point I got tired and they kept giving me like, come on. Cause he wears. Yeah.
No, there is in certain therapies, like they will, like couples therapies, they will, like the therapist will say, now look each other in the eyes and say exactly how you feel. And that's why they do it. It elicits this chemical response in the brain, and it forces you into that mode. Gotcha. And so that's why they do that.
Yeah, dogs are wild with that. I mean, I live with a dog that I don't like, and he fucking does it to me, and I'm still like, damn, it got me.
I stare Waffles down.
Yeah.
Like if he locks eyes with me, I do not fucking break until he looks away, and I'm like, that's fucking right, you beta ass bitch. I'm the fucking boss. Look away.
30 minutes later, you're all trying to go to
I will do that shit too. Kelly's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, this motherfucking dog's gonna break. And he does.
I'm telling you, because of this phenomenon, I taught my dog how to spell. And this sounds crazy because she loves her wet food. So one day she was staring me in the eyes and I knew what she wanted. And my wife's like, what is she looking at you like that for? I was like, she wants WETFOOD. And her head, as soon as I did that, she went half a cock to the left. And I was like, holy shit. So anytime I spell wet in front of her, she gets all fucking crazy. Tail starts wagging, head goes up. She knows how to spell wet.
A lot, though? Do you spell it out a fair amount?
Well, I used to be like WET. She wants WET. And she wouldn't respond. But after that day, she now knows what WET spells.
Yeah, she figured it out. And then she was like, I got you, sucker. You got to call it something else. Now call it fucking the den. Or Pasquale.
She wants moons over my hand.
She wants Pasquale's pizza.
Right. She pulled from Eddie Murphy from Bowfinger. Got you, suckers!
The least watched Eddie Murphy
right?
of all time.
Are you kidding? That's such a good movie.
Did you watch that in the Bat Fortress?
Said the darkest night in the Bat Chamber and fucking pulled out a Bowfinger quote. You can't make this shit up, man. Ridiculous.
Did you know the original Three Musketeers candy bar had 3 pieces in one package that were flavored vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry? During World War II, restrictions and rising costs forced Mars to cut back, and they switched to making just one bar out of the most popular flavor, which was chocolate.
Yeah, well, I can't blame some motherfuckers from getting away from Neapolitan. No one likes that shit anyway.
Whoa, sir. Easy. Have you had a Neapolitan Klondike bar? Because your life needs to change if you have not.
I've heard they've dropped part of the Klondike. It's not even bar. What would you do for a Klondike? Right?
You pause right in the middle of Klon.
Yeah.
Like,
I
didn't
know where you're going with it.
They make
No,
another type
didn't
of
they
bar,
rebrand?
eh?
Didn't they rebrand? It's not even because
Maybe.
yeah, you ought to look up the latest ads, the ad campaigns. Like, what would you do for a Klondike?
Bar.
That's it. No, they don't say that anymore. Anyway, no, I haven't had a Neapolitan Klondike. I did not know the Three Musketeers at one point was Klondike-esque, vanilla, pink, and chocolate.
That's incredible.
And then
had
had to dial it back to a single flavor. Well, they made the right decision, because I can't think of a situation in my childhood where I'd have been like, what would make the Three Musketeers better is if it was vanilla or pink or all three. It's good at the fucking chocolate level.
Pink's not a flavor, right? You keep saying it. I'm just making
Well,
might as well be. No one eats that shit.
Here's the thing. When I was a kid, they must have done like an anniversary edition of the Three Musketeers bar, because when we went to church, I don't remember when we stopped going to church as a kid, but we used to stop at Bainbridge Market, and we were allowed to get like a candy bar to split between me and my brother. And the Three Musketeers bars that I remember, the first ones I ever remember eating it was one bar, but it was cut vanilla, strawberry, chocolate. And the reason I remember this is because my brother would break it in half, and then he would give me the vanilla and strawberry side.
Oh, geez.
So he would get half strawberry, half chocolate. I would get half vanilla, half strawberry, and I hated it. And I didn't realize that Three Musketeer bars were delicious until I was an adult.
Man, see, that's an older brother being a dick. You should have gone with something else, like a zero bar.
He was zero bar. Zero bars aren't bad.
No, they're phenomenal.
Yeah, they're really good.
You know who actually is responsible for the zero bar?
Tom Zero.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He didn't like chocolate. He liked white fudge. So he had to make a zero bar for him.
Who had polio, who they have a fucking vaccine for, you fucking idiots.
People weren't online for that conversation, Wes.
Sorry.
You're getting mad over all fair talk.
A little on edge these days.
And finally, did you know there are stingless bees in Central America that the Maya regarded as sacred and have been kept as pets for thousands of years? Their hives are kept around or inside of homes and are passed down through generations, with some having lasted over 80 years.
A single bee or a single hive?
Single hive.
Damn. And I'm assuming they use this. Do they harvest the honey for? I mean, or is it just like some sort of heirloom with the family? I know your little thing doesn't give you that, but give us your best guess.
The fuck you think you keep bees around for? Just for the warm buzz and the welcoming glow when you come home from work?
I don't know. There's tribes in Africa that men sting the fucking nipples with hornets things as a rite of passage to be a man. They have like fire ants fucking crawl all over them.
Yeah, but these don't sting. That's how they keep them around. Oh. Alan, as a Central American, do you have a beehive in the backyard?
Well, this ought to go really well.
My parents have one in the basement, right next to the banana plants that they bring in.
Plantains. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, they do have banana plants though.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Nice.
But no, we do not have a family beehive. I will not be inheriting that, down the line. I wish. That'd be kind of cool.
Okay, well, two things. One, can you find out what genus of banana they actually grow? And I'm not actually kidding about that. I'd like to know.
My parents, yeah, I'll double check, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while since I've actually seen them let it get to banana size.
Okay, no, because there is a specific banana that went extinct. It still exists, but as far as like banana harvesting is concerned, it went extinct. back in the 1950s, and your artificial banana flavor is based off of that specific flavor of banana. The Cavendish banana is what we use today, which is a less flavorful banana, but is resistant to diseases, which would kill off banana harvests.
Which is genetic modification. Just
Exactly. But what I did want to say about the bees, this just reminded me of this. Did you know in Nepal, they actually harvest honey from bees that will make you hallucinate if you eat their honey?
I've heard that, actually.
It's called Mad Honey, and you can buy it for like $60 for a jar about the size of like a face cream, like cylinder.
Yeah, a petri dish size.
Yes.
Ooh.
And apparently you'll trip nuts if you ingest, a cracker-sized portion of honey. And for $65, split between 3 guys, I feel like it might be a good investment.
I was going to say, does that mean that we should probably buy one?
Legally?
Yeah, it's Nepalese honey. It's simply that there's so many different varieties of, I think it's poinsettias in Nepal, and mixed together, they create a hallucinogenic effect in the human body.
So back to these hornets. What do you feed these things? Pollen?
Agave, I think. Well, they're Mexican, right?
I was trying to pull my best Larry King again.
No, Larry. They actually they produce honey from the pollen. So we don't feed them shit. They feed themselves.
Gotcha. Interesting. I farted in my chair. You want to smell it?
Imagine how high you'd get off of smelling a Larry King fart chair.
Yes. Bottle that up. Sell it for $65 I don't know, liquid ounce.
And that, my friends, is your Fun Fact Friday.
There you have it, folks. Coming at you from the Middle Classholes. All right, Alan, where can you find us at?
Oh, you can find us, as always, on your favorite social media platforms. We're the Middle Classholes on Facebook. We're also on Instagram and Twitter, and that's at MDL Classholes. And for your listening pleasure, you can always find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. And as always, our favorite mode of communication, our preferred mode of communication, you can send us an email at tickleourtummies@gmail.com. Let's tickle our tummies, plural, not just one tummy, all 3 tummies.
And Murrah, I understand that we have an email, yeah?
Yes. I believe the appropriate phrase is Eureka! We have an email, my friends. Our first email at tickleourtummies@gmail.com. It's from Farmer Jenky. It says, "Hello, I listened to your podcast, and you're all fantastic, but I disagree on change." I believe they're talking about coin change that we were speaking of. I'll count them good old freedom coins on the counter all I want, or cushion my ass, or pad my wallet. You know what I do with that change? I gather all that change, even the pennies. Donate it to the Boy Scouts so we don't have any more pussies like you fellas. I'll take that dollar now. I'll take that dollar now. The future real men need it. There you go. So they want us to donate $1 either to them, or I'm assuming the Boy Scouts of America. I'm not sure which.
Tell you what, email person. What was the person's email name?
Farmer Janky.
Hey, Farmer Janky. Did they not give a government name at the end? Did they not give a signature, a sign off?
No, it's Farmer Janky.
Okay. Hey, Farmer Janky. Tell you what, listen up. We're gonna make a donation. I'll make a donation personally. I'll fucking double it. I'm gonna send a whole $2 to the motherfucking Girl Scouts of America. You son of a bitch. Fuck the Boy Scouts. Even my friends who are Eagle Scouts. Fuck y'all. That was dumb. I'm sending it. Y'all don't make cookies, delicious cookies, and sell them en masse around the country. So my money's going to the Girl Scouts because they do better work.
Though I am okay with the Boy Scouts of America, I thought they were done. I thought they were Dunsky.
Yeah, I thought they integrated. It was boys and girls.
I think it's just the Scouts of America now.
Scouts, right?
Just Scouts.
I'd be happy to make a donation to the Scouts of America. So, Farmer Janky, if you're listening, if you could finally send us our second email, you can let us know if you'd like us to Venmo you $1 to you personally, or if you would like us to donate to the Scouts of America. where we can continue to raise woke pussies in the new generation.
That's right.
Correct.
So we don't continue to breed and or influence a bunch of pussies like ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Although his email stifles me a little bit because he does say you all are really great. Then he goes on about a paragraph later to call us
You
a
guys
bunch
are
of
really
pussies.
great, except you guys fucking suck.
Okay, listen. Here's about no. It doesn't say that we suck. It's just like we have a very vaginal character of ourselves. So
Gotcha.
and I can appreciate that because
Right.
I am more often a pussy than I am, a
y'all.
Rambo-esque masculine
I'm
human.
gonna take this opportunity to tell a live person to suck my dick from the back.
I, for one, am appreciative of Farmer Janky.
No, thank you, Farmer Janky, for giving us our first email. We will
Appreciate
give you
that,
$1 if you really want it.
If there was too much kindness involved, they wouldn't be a real fan.
Yeah.
I agree.
Farmer Janky.
But hey, they broke our cherry.
That's right. You Farmer Janky, keep them coming. Listen, and I'll triple it. I'll donate another $1 to the Scouts of America.
Look at
And
that.
that
$3
way,
whole bucks.
little Tommy from Minnesota can learn how to tie a tie.
Yeah.
Fine, and I will quadruple it. I'll donate $4. So we've got 2 from Al, 3 from Wes, 4 from me.
Shit. That's a whole bunch of dollars.
That's
I'll
right.
tell you what. Why don't we? Is a 3-man show. Why don't we all donate $3 whole dollars, if that's what Farmer Jenky would like.
That's fine. Then we'll make it an even Steven 10 amongst the 4 of us and Farmer Janky. And then I'll tell you, we
The
made
one on behalf of Farmer Janky.
the Scouts of America might have to sponsor Fun Fact Friday from here on out.
Farmer Janky, if you lead your local troop, we're going to need you to put the middle class holes on any kind of flyers, the collateral that your troop has, because basically we have purchased your soul now. So
Right. Maybe when you're doing a country hike, you're like, "Hey boys, it's time for a water break. All right, we're gonna listen to a segment from the middle class holes because we're family friendly, especially kid friendly, by the way.
listen
Fucking
to
assholes."
this one's called The Decline of OnlyFans.
Actually, you know what? Even better, rather than giving a monetary donation, I think we should challenge a scout to a knife fight. And if they can beat us and survive, then they get their knife fighting badge.
Yeah.
Oof.
Mm.
Yeah,
Is there a knife fighting badge in Scouts? I hope there is.
Well, there will be after this one,
that's right.
but only if we lose.
It's a little circle of 2 Latino gentlemen holding hands with knives behind them.
That's right.
And we'll fight, and we'll choreograph the fight to Michael Jackson's "Beat It."
Or Elvis Crespo's Suavemente. It depends on if they're Latin or not.
All right, we got some logistics to work out to how you're gonna earn this merit badge. All right, fair enough. Hey,
Thanks, Farmer.
You guys remember when Bob Barker and now Drew Carey used to sign off on Price is Right? That what they used to
Yes.
say, "Get your pet spayed or neutered."
Yeah.
Middle Class Halls has a new one. If you're caught forging, distributing, or purchasing a fake COVID badge, I hope that your piece of shit ass loses both of your nipples in a horrible bike accident, and you get caught by the feds and spend 5 years in federal jail.
Don't take me fishing near a hill. Just ask Miss Smith, give me a big old glass of beer.